Hello everybody, my name is Dan and this is my series of practicing English every day, and today is day 31st and today is the 2nd of June, oh no, the 2nd of May, 2021. Almost half a year and I have no job. That because of me, and now I'm 28 years old. I'm still unemployed. I've just do the part-time job, so my financials is not stable. And I'm free in the morning and afternoon, but I use this time just for chill out and relax, because I think this is time for me to relax when I used to do a lot of work in the past. But in the past I used to work at a private 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 school. So, but my experiences is not enough to have potential to get high score when I do the examiner do my exam. So this is my failure. I've just believed too much to myself, and then I feel like I'm so failure. So I'm still sad today. Although I told my friend that I failed that exam, and I tell the story about how I failed this. So, but in my mind right now, I just feel like I don't know how to say it in English, but I'm trying to express it. A failure on my end. This is a big failure in my life at the age of 28. So now I have to rush to find a job, because in next 2 years if I don't find a job, it's really hard for me to looking for a job. So I need to try my best in this time, focus what I learned, and have a arrangement, have a reasonable arrangement, I think so. And next topic today is I will read 2 topics, then I will read new topic. When the estate agent first showed round the flat, my heart sank. It looked fine from outside, but inside was pretty bad state. David, however, liked it, and as it were all we could afford, we eventually decided to buy it. We moved in a couple of months later and set about doing it up. We worked flat out to decorate the living room, the kitchen and bedroom, and that was smartened the place up quite a bit. We then had the older boiler taken out and put in a new one, which were both smaller, more efficient. My brother helped me to build a couple of cupboards to give it more storage space, and I put some shelves for our books. By this date, we had settled in several neighbors and invited us round, so we soon got to know quite a few people in our building. The area also turned out to be a convenient place to live. It has some decent shops and a good bus service. Clothes shopping. The shop assistant brought me this pair of trousers to try on, but I couldn't get into them at all. I was really quite embarrassed. Then I realized she brought me a wrong size. I saw a lovely top on the other day that I thought would go with my dress skirt, but when I tried it on, it just didn't look right. Morris loves to go to that little boutique in the high street because they always work things off so beautifully. When I put on the dress I bought last week, I realized that it was actually so small, so I took it back to exchange it for a bigger size, but they sold out for the size 12. If you're on the lookout for a pair of sandals, it's worth shopping around the moment because there's a lot of bargains out there. There's some nice stuff on the sale in the market. I tried on a skirt, but it was a bit on the tight side, so I couldn't do the zip off. I tried on this lovely dress, but when I came out of the changing room, the shop assistant started laughing. I had it on back to front. And the next, how would you spend it? If you came into some money, how would you spend it? I think, in my opinion, I think that I will send it to a bank, have a little saving, and half of it I will help the poor people, and one of the third I will help the poor people. Then the rest, and the rest of that I will give for my family. I think so. If you came into some money, how would you spend it? And this is the model answer. Well, it obviously depends on the amount you get. If it's a lot, the first thing I do try to keep it quiet about it. I wouldn't want everybody to know how I was rolling money to begin with. I'd want to pay off my debts, then I would think about splashing down one or two things, maybe better car, bigger flat. I also want to give some of it away. I help my sister who's struggling financially with a small baby. I look for a worthwhile charity that in need of support. But as I said, I would try to do it on quiet. Finally, I would need to put money by for the later day. If I have any children, for example, I would want to be able to invest in their future, their education, and so on. And you never know what money I might need for myself in the future. And the last one, a waste of money. A waste of money. I told my brother that he better off buying a flat, but if he carries on renting, it's just money down the drain. 2. I picked up a couple of chairs in the antiques market for £150, but when I had them valued, I was told they were only worth £25 each. I will obviously drift off. Drift off, that means cheat somebody by making them pay too much below. I realized the meal would be expensive, but when I got the bill, it came to what? £250. I couldn't believe it. I foolishly put £50 on a horse because a friend of mine told me it couldn't lose. Well, it did. In fact, it came at the last. The engineer said that if I put in underfloor heating, it wouldn't soon pay for itself. What a lot of nonsense. And the last one, I knew that we were paying over the odds for the flat, paving over the odds for the flats. That means you pay more than usual or more than expected for it. The trouble is, when you sell it, we'll never get our money back. You pay for a lot for your house, but when you sell it, you never get your money back. And I think this is the end of today. Thank you for listening. Ciao.